Voters in Mecklenburg County, they have spoken, approving the 1-cent sales tax to improve roads and public transportation. Thanks for staying with us. It's On Your Side tonight at 7:30. I'm Jamie Bowl.
And I'm Kim Anderson. It marks the next chapter in a decades-long push to strengthen transit across the Charlotte Metro. Back in 1998, voters passed a 1/2-cent tax that created the Metropolitan Transit Commission. And later, Charlotte Area Transit System, or CATS. That funding led to major expansion, new express routes, a 55% jump in ridership. Then eventually that spawned the Blue Line light rail in 2007, which transformed development along its corridor. The Gold Line followed in 2015, connecting more uptown neighborhoods. Supporters say this new tax will build on that momentum, bringing better connections, less congestion, and more opportunity across Mecklenburg County.
157 people moving to the region is happening already, which is 53,000 people a year. That's like a small town growing here every year. So that's happening already. But what this will allow us to do is it'll allow us to be more prepared for them coming here. More options to get around, more options to have access to jobs, those jobs we're talking about, more access to education. That's what this gives us.
I sat down with David Howard today, the former chief deputy at North Carolina Department of Transportation. He's been working on improving transportation in the region at the state and federal level for years now. We talked about what's next now that the tax has passed. Where do we go from here? What happens next?
The next thing is that we have to do what the legislation called for, which is the city council, the county commission, the mayor, and I think everybody, maybe the governor still has to make his appointment, but they'll start making their appointments to this new Metropolitan Public Transportation Authority. And I think all of that should happen by the end of November. And then that new body will probably have their very first meeting in December sometime.
When can we actually start seeing change? When are we going to see the penny sales tax? And then when are we going to start seeing some changes on our roads and with our systems?
So the way that it works in Raleigh with the Department of Revenue, it probably will be sometime third quarter next year. Before all of that is stood up and everybody kind of knows what to put into their systems and what to report in. And then we actually would probably start seeing the money come into our area sometime in early 2027.
Let's talk about what this is going to create as far as job growth, as far as our economic impact in that area. How is that going to all work?
Well, the rule of thumb in most cities is that for every $1 billion invested in infrastructure, you normally get about 50,000 jobs. And that is, as we talked earlier, that'll be some construction, but that'll be in new industries and new companies that are attracted here, companies that grow here too. So over the next 30 years, the number that we're suspecting it'll be is around 1.3 million new jobs.
Let's talk about the accountability, because some people were complaining that, what's to say that we're going to actually get this money, that everything is going to be built? That was a big concern that people had. How is that going to work?
Well, I mean, that's what the authority is here for. So, I used to be on city council, and one of the things that I can tell you that'll be different in this model is that transportation was one of the things I had to think about. This new authority, and the reason why people have authorities in other cities, is that this is the sole thing that this body will be thinking about. This is what this board will do every time they meet. So, I mean, I have confidence in the fact that, city council and county commission is going to pick the right people to be on here. And they'll know what their assignment is, and we'll expect them to carry it out. And I would suspect, because of the transparency needs, there'll be quite a few public engagements throughout this. I mean, I can't see them doing anything without public engagement to make sure that the public knows what to expect. Now, the one warning I will give, though, and you said it a while ago, is that transportation projects, by their very nature, take a long time. So, I mean, I do need people to know that it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next year. I mean, it's a 30-year plan. But I mean, the goal and everything that's been put in this is to make sure that we can pay for everything that's in here.
And we're talking about millions, possibly billions of dollars when it's all said and done.
Oh no, it's going to be billions. Actually, if we get the federal money, it can be as much as $25 billion. So it's a lot of money. It's a lot of investment too.
All right, David, thanks so much for taking your time to come out here and speak with us today. We appreciate it.